My channel is pretty much me talking about things that are related to self-development and things that I think are important. And this doesn't really have to do with that, but as someone who has like thought about, not being alive many times and not wanting to live many times, I feel like I kind of got humbled, dude. Like right now, my life feels pretty damn important after surviving being almost fucking murdered, right? I feel pretty damn relieved I'm alive. And just want to say, boys, realize how important your life is. Alright, so let's get in the fucking meat and potatoes of this fucking video. Alright, I'm about to make this fucking video hype like my other fucking videos. I'm not, fuck this depressing shit. I almost died. It's fine. It's fine, We're here, boys. We're here. Still standing strong. We're here. Sorry, I'm cringe, I know. So, I was chilling at my friend's house, right? It's pretty late and we're just kind of wasting time. We're just fucking around and we're just wasting time. And it's pretty late. It's about 1 a.m. and I'm fucking hungry, dude. I've been eating almost 4,000 fucking calories a day because I'm bulking. So I'm at my friend's house and she doesn't really have any food. So we're like, okay, let's go out. Let's go eat. Let's go drive, right? So we're out. We're driving. We go to Krispy Kreme. I know this is gonna get good fast. Just hold up. I gotta lead into it. All right. So we pull up to the Krispy Kreme through the drive-thru. So I guess we pull up to the Krispy Kreme, and then this is really important. Also, we took her dad's car, which is a Mercedes Benz, which frankly I think y'all know, but I don't got that money. But apparently her fucking dad does, right? We're in her dad's car, which is fucking expensive. And this is not a flex in any way, because that's not mine, right? Let me just make that clear before y'all are like, you spoiled a piece of shit, go fucking kill yourself. I can make those jokes, don't get mad. So point is, boys, we're taking the drive-thru through Krispy Kreme at 2 a.m. and my friend's ordering, and I watched the most manipulative shit I've ever seen a girl do. She pretty much asked the guy inside to give her a free fucking chocolate donut instead of a glazed donut. And this is important. This is a very important part of the video because he fucking did. She used her little sweet voice that girls can do to make guys do whatever the fuck they want. And we ended up getting the donut, which was a totally ordinary box of donuts according to the guy, right? So we have pretty good luck, It's the end of the day, but let's say our day started at that point. So the day started off pretty well, right? At 2 a.m. We're in the parking lot eating Krispy Kreme, and that's where we fucked up. We didn't realize we used our good karma. Boys, we used our good karma. In fact, we fucking did. So, being the people we are, we decide to go on a drive, right? We're driving around. She's driving. I'm not. We're just driving, eating Krispy Kreme donuts, and we're just enjoying life. Life is pretty damn good, right? In the Benz, it's fucking sick. It's 2 a.m. We're blasting Little Peep. Life is fucking good, right? So then we go to this random street and it's a dead end, right? So then we see a guy standing there next to a tree and a black truck's right next to him. And I'm like, that's weird, right? My friend looks at the guy and's like, oh, people are probably fucking in there, right? Just because that's how fucking humans are, right? We're all fucking horny pieces of shit. I hate people. Point is, my friend could not have been more wrong. She did a U-turn, did not hit the guy's car, did not go near the guy's car pretty much. And she just kept driving, right? Like any normal situation, right? And then we keep driving. And we keep driving. And then a car pulls up behind us. And what do you guess? It's the black truck. And there's a guy in there with shades at 2 a.m. and a fucking hat. And he's like 50 years old or something, or 40. And we're just driving and talking. And then we park to the side because this guy's tailgating us. And we're like, that's weird, right? And we want to let him pass in front of us. But then he goes right behind us and parks behind us. And my friend's like, holy shit, this is weird. And then we go, and the guy starts turning on his blinkers really fast and tailgating us. And we're like, that's weird. We would know if there's a problem with the car, and there's definitely not a problem because we just checked, because we just went to fucking Krispy Kreme and just checked. So then we keep driving, and the guy's tailgating us. So we're like, holy shit, we gotta go. So we go a little faster, and we take a right turn immediately. And the truck does the same thing. And immediately right after that point, me and my friend started losing our shit. because it was fucking sketchy. It was completely sketchy, and the guy's turning on his blinkers the entire time and trying to get our attention and trying to make us stop. And we're like, dude, that's not right. Like, we just saw this man standing in the woods at 2 a.m. alone. That's weird. And I'll be honest, me and my friend are both fucking teenagers, right? Like, we are way too young to be dealing with a situation like this. It's terrifying. The only good thing was that she had about 5 to 6 years of driving experience. And that right there fucking saved us. And that's because right after, hypothetically, allegedly, for legal reasons, she started going fucking fast and furious. She started going double the speed limit. The truck was chasing us extremely fast. He pretty much like zoomed right next to us, and we're like, fuck that, dude. And as we started going faster, so did he. And he was right behind us, and we were like, dude, this is not okay. Right? So the Benz pretty much was just dusting this car, but this car was keeping up because unfortunately the roads were like super curvy, so we couldn't just like speed straight. And I'm freaking out because I can't really do anything. I'm literally just like a passenger fucking princess here. I cannot do anything in this situation to actually help. I just have to put all my confidence in my friend and not freak her out. So I'm trying to reassure her while she's driving, and I'm like, holy shit, like maybe this is a coincidence, right? Maybe this guy will just stop chasing us. And then we go down one street. We're making turns. We're making a lot of turns. The guy is right behind us, still putting his blinkers, still like looking at us. Like, he's right behind us, and we're like, dude, this is not okay. But this pretty much carries on for a little bit. And as we get to our first red light, we see this truck go in front of us diagonally. So we're going down a one-way, and it's like 2 lanes, and this truck goes in the middle of the one-way diagonally, covering the road, pretty much like extremely brake checking my friend who's going like fast. And it's ridiculous. Like, we're like, holy shit, this is not what anyone in like a normal headspace would do. And in that moment, we barely squeeze it out. Like, she reverses and then goes around the car, but fucking barely, like almost hitting it, and we just leave. We just book it. Freaking out. We're both losing our minds. I'm trying to reassure her that it's gonna be alright, and this pretty much carries on for a couple of minutes, and we get to a point where we're seeing a couple red lights, and every time we see red lights, dude, anxiety peaks at an all-time high. My heart is pounding outside of my chest. My leg is shaking. My jaw is just like shivering. And she's like driving, like, why am I nervous, right? And she's driving and just feeling the same thing. I looked at her, and she was just losing her mind, like dead straight looking at the road. And I was like, oh my god. Like, so we pretty much keep this goose chase going for like 3 full minutes, just driving for miles, really fucking fast. Like, we were racing, basically. That's what I imagine people thought. The other like normal cars going like 40 miles an hour, and pretty much it was ridiculous. We were just going so fast, and this truck was following us. He was literally going in front of us. There was a point where he actually like went in the other lane for the other one-way to cover it. Like, he was literally like horizontal in the middle of the street, and we were just like, dude, what is this? And my dumbass at the time did not have my glasses on, and I couldn't see pretty much like anything. I should have took a picture of his license plate. I didn't. I had one job and I failed, but I looked at it and I just couldn't see. And my friend also was freaking out about crashing the Benz. She like didn't mention it to me till afterwards, till after we survived, but in her head she was pretty much telling me that, holy shit, I can't crash this car because my dad's gonna fucking kill me. But we pretty much keep going, and we're like, holy shit, there's gonna be a point where we end up going to a red light, and that red light is gonna last more than 5 seconds, and that guy's gonna pull up next to us and do some crazy shit. So my friend ends up saying, call 911, and I'm like, are you sure? I don't know why I even fucking questioned it in the moment. I guess it's just like my anxiety of calling 911. I'm sure anyone would understand that, because it's just like, I feel like it's a normal thing. I was pretty hesitant, but I ended up calling the police, and we're like, what do we do? And when I called, they pretty much just started asking questions, and I was like, dude, this is why I don't fucking trust the police sometimes. And dude, I was so like, oh, annoyed, because we're freaking out. We're terrified that any second we're gonna meet a dead end or a red light. And we're just over here asking questions. Like, why does my name matter? Why does, like, dude, I don't know. Like, oh, it was ridiculous. But pretty much they asked, like, what street are we on? Where are we going? Where are we coming from? And I'm freaking out. My voice has never really been, like, shaky, but I was so nervous of the situation that I couldn't pronounce the street name. They were telling me, hey, what street are you on? Please let me know. For example, like, some of the streets were called, like, Edgar or something, and I couldn't say Edgar. I was like, like, I couldn't, I was, like, speaking like I was a fucking disabled child. Like, I couldn't. It was horrible. It was so bad that my friend had to get the phone out of my hand to speak to the cop because I was so bad. And it was really bad because she was driving way too fast, like turning with one hand while the other hand was, excuse me, helicopter? For real? I'm telling a story, dude. So she's basically carrying the squad right now, and she has to give me the phone back because she can't drive like that. And the guy proceeds to go right in front of her and put himself horizontally in the road again, and she almost crashes. Like, she had to reverse, and there was cars coming, fortunately. So because, like, there was other cars coming, the guy just had to get out of the middle of the road, and it was terrifying. But I ended up taking the phone, and we ended up just going down the streets very, very fucking fast. But we pretty much just kept going. I got directions to the nearest police station, and I was giving them to my friend, and we pretty much had to drive like 3 fucking full miles, or like a couple of miles, like a good solid like 10 minutes or 8 minutes to get to that place. And it was fucking scary because we did not get there in 10 minutes. We got there in 3. We ended up losing the guy a little bit, sort of. Like, he tried going in the middle of the street, and doing this, he kind of trapped us behind him, so we didn't really know what to do. But at the time, we got super lucky with like multiple cars coming up behind us, so they would have seen everything. And he just had to leave the middle of the street and just stop blocking us, so we had to go down another street. And from that point, we just dipped. Like, we fucking dipped. Like, I'm talking about like good dip, like some good ranch here. And then when we got to the police station, we pretty much just spoke to the people, and it was just like 2 police officers who were just really nice and just really comforting, and we were able to just sit down and just stay in the police station for a while. We stayed there for a while. We made plans to how to get back without being like watched. Genuinely, like, my friend, after on the way home, we were obviously like serious, like looking for potential trucks following us, but she like said the most banger joke, and it was like, hey, how many calories do you think we burned? And then we hid the Benz in the garage once we got home because, like, you know, like, we don't want that car to be seen right now. And we just stayed in the house the rest of the night because that was terrifying. And the next day I call my friend and I tell him, like, hey, like, this happened and that's like insane, right? And my friend's like, hey, like, I wish I was in that situation. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? But yeah, it was pretty cool, that's why, right? Like, at the end of the day, we were kind of going ham and things worked out. So yeah, I mean, it was like a pretty dope experience, I guess. Right? I almost died, but things worked out in the end, boys, and we're here. And honestly, boys, I drive like a 2008 Honda because it's just like what we have right now. And if I was driving that 2008 Honda, boys, I'm just saying, y'all gonna see an 80-mile-per-hour demon time Honda crashing into a truck, dude. I don't know how the fuck my friend did it. I don't know what the fuck happened, but we're fine, right? I didn't get fucking Ted Bundy'd. I'm alive, dude. It worked out. I was having a main protagonist moment, like, when we were driving. Like, I was talking about, like, damn, like, this summer was actually crazy. Like, we've changed so much. We've, like, done so much. Like, blah, 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 yabba, yah, right? And I was like, how the fuck did we go from talking about summer and just, like, reflecting on life to fucking almost losing it in, like, 10 minutes? Like, what, dude? It's crazy. Life is fucking crazy. Yeah, that's all I want to say. Glad I'm alive, boys. I wouldn't want to be taken out that way. I'm gonna be honest. I would prefer not to. Yeah. And yeah, subscribe, please, because I might die if you don't.